Right. Okay. So we're going to get going. Apologies that I was a bit late to the meeting. I had a mass meeting that that overrun. So you just make sure you've muted your mics, guys. That would be good. Thank you. That's not the one I wanted. Sorry. I wanted 38.11. Does that click into? No, it doesn't. Sorry, just going to bear with me when I get the right one. Right, apologies for that. So what we're going to do today, the last couple of lessons, we've been looking at arithmetic sequences. Now that's when you're working out specific terms. So it could be like the 10th term or the 15th term, okay? What we're now moving on to today is what's called arithmetic series. That's when you're adding up the first 10 terms or you're adding up the first 20 terms. So you've got to get it very clear in your mind. Arithmetic sequence is when you're working out a specific term, like the 20th term, but arithmetic series is when you're adding, you're working out the sum of the first 20 terms or the sum of the first 30 terms. So just get it clear in your mind. Series is the one when you're adding the terms together. Now this is going to lead us into Hegarty 923. Now this is a very nice straightforward one today, okay? The one after today will be a little bit more complicated, but I thought you deserved a nice easy one. All we're going to be doing today is to be using this formula here, okay? Now that formula is given in the exam, so you wouldn't have had to learn it, and so we're just saying the sum of however number of terms is the number of terms divided by 2. A is still the first term, n is the number of terms, and d is still the common difference. So if we just take this question as an example, find the sum of the first 50 terms, and here we go. Well, a is 4 because our first term is 4, and d is also 4 because we're going up in 4s. So the sum of the first 50 terms is 50 over 2, so that's n over 2. The number of terms is n, so that's 50 over 2. And then substituting in 2 lots of a, so 2 lots of 4, plus n minus 1, so 50 minus 1, multiplied by d, which is 4. So 50 over 2 is obviously 25. Uh, 50 over 2 is 25. 2 4s are 8. 49 times 4 is 196. So 25 lots of 8 add 196 is 5,100. So the sum of the first 50 terms here would be 5,100. So let's just another example. So there's only 4 questions in this quiz, so I've just gone for the hardest one. So we've got to find the sum of the first 60 terms. So A is obviously 45. That's the first term. On this occasion, we're going down in 5s. So D is minus 5. So our sum of the first 60 terms is going to be 60 over 2, open bracket, 2 lots of A, so 2 lots of 45, plus n minus 1, so 60 minus 1 times our common difference of minus 5. Work that out, you get a total of the first 60 terms being minus 6150. And that totally makes sense that it's gone minus, because as you start going on and on and on, you're going to start getting into minus numbers, and those minus numbers are going to be getting bigger. So when you all add them all up, it's not a surprise that you're going to get a negative answer. So that's all I want you to do today, guys. It shouldn't take you too long. It's only 4 questions. You're just simply having to substitute into that formula. So what would be great would be if you can get that one done now, please. So that's Hegarty 923. And then I think Ben and Taya, and maybe Marcus a little bit, I forget, you still owe me 1 or 2. So if you want to just try and fill in some of the gaps, that would be great. Okay, that's it for today. Sorry I was a few minutes late. I'll speak to you next time, which is going to be tomorrow. So we'll have a live lesson first thing tomorrow. So cheers, guys. Bye.
Thanks, sir.
Cheers, Ben.
Cheers.
Bye.